Tesia Bynum, and I had the opportunity to complete my work here externship with Cummins Rocky Mount Engine Plant. I am an employee of Edgecombe County Public Schools, where I am the STEM digital teaching and learning specialist for the elementary schools. So this is an image of me with the team, the training team, and we're going to focus on some of their learning objectives today, the student experience, as well as some STEM and real-world applications. I'm sorry, some of this car. All right. So first of all, I would like to say thank you so much to Cummins. Thank you so much to Edgecombe County Public Schools. Thank you to STEP for this opportunity. It was an awesome opportunity and a great eye-opener. So here's my connection with Cummins based off my experience when I toured their facility. My students began this process with the engineering design process. So with most engineering design processes, of course, you start with the ask. So their scenario is what I created here, and I'm going to read it for you. Greetings, design team. We've hit a delay in our production and we need your help. Our line departments are requesting parts, but we do not have the human capacity to fulfill those orders and deliver them to various locations. Can you design a delivery cart to meet this demand and program it to keep our facility safe? The warehouse manager will provide you with the materials needed. The materials were a Lego Spike education kit, a planning document that I created for them, as well as their Chromebook. And these are actual roles that are seen in careers that are at Cummins. So they had a manufacturing engineer, quality control tester, project manager, as well as the business analyst, and their teacher, who was a teacher at South Edgecombe Middle School. She was their warehouse manager, and I was the business representative to make sure they were on schedule and they were producing the product that I requested. Before I go to my next slide, I do want to mention that before students began with their activity, they were shown a video about how warehouse facilities all across the nation have now adopted and developed robots to collaborate with humans to make their production a lot more effective and to meet the needs of their supply and demand. So scholars were able to see different types of robots, and they kind of got their creative juices flowing before they went on to the next step of the engineering design process. So I'm going to go here to my student experience. Bear with me for just a moment. All right, so here is the actual document that I use with my students. So I'm just going to kind of click through, and here are their objectives and goals. I use the 4 C's that we use in digital literacy. So their biggest objective was to create a delivery cart with at least 2 wheels. It had to have a sensor, a mobile arm, and the ability to pick up and place items in a container or move them around. They had to think deeply to brainstorm solutions for their problem and develop a blueprint for a delivery cart. And then they had to work as a team of engineers to develop a new product, and they were all leaders. No one was bickering over what role they would take. They actually was like, I would like that role because that's what type of person I am. And then they were also communicating very effectively through conversation when they came up to challenges, and they overcame that by working together. And the point that I wanted to make with them working independently and sometimes working as a group is that's what they do in Cummins. Depending on what line you're on, you could be working independently one day, and the next day you may have to work with a partner. So you definitely have to be able to collaborate and, you know, work with people that you may not know at any moment. All right, so here are their steps. I'm just going to flip through so you can see the images of them actually working. So right here is my example of the delivery cart that I began making, and this is their reference before they began. And here are them at the first step where they're planning independently with their about their delivery cart. And like I said, this is after they saw a video, so they got some ideas of the different types of robots that are actually exist in facilities across the world. And this is the picture of them coming together as a group to bring all their ideas together to develop one solid delivery cart. All right, here's where they're creating the delivery cart. As you can see, some of them were using steps to create a grabber, and some of them were using the steps on the Spike Education Kit to use a sensor. All right, so we did have a few hiccups, but we were able to adjust accordingly with the materials that we had. Some of the Spike kits were not the same, but we made it work, and they were very, very positive about it. So here you see them with a different type of kit, still working together, collaborating, following specific steps on the Spike Education app, just as they do at Commons, okay? And they are expected to follow specific plans to build an engine, and if the engine does not follow those plans, then the engine will malfunction, and they have to send it back and lose money. So here's them continue to build with the sensors. Here's a video, well, not quite a video, but here's an image of them before they're testing it out. So we had to put it down to make sure the wheels even moved before it got going. So we had to test it out, and then during testing it out, we obviously had to improve some things. So their grabber was a little top heavy here, so we had to change it according to their recommendations. Here's me doing a quick lesson of how to code sensors. And this is like my little assimilation of them of a Commons facility where they have the actual mathematical metrics on the mat, and they have to be able to code in centimeters and degrees. Here's them working on their coding, testing it out in the engineering design process. This is me on the floor with them, getting down and dirty to make sure that it works. And I have a video, if it may show, may not. Let's see. Second. Okay, here we go. All right. Excuse my excitement. Okay, all right. I gave you access, Ms. Evans. So it should work, hopefully. Fingers crossed. Yes, there we are. So yes, it grabbed the actual item, and they were proud of that. They were also able to see how go back. They were also able to see how.
Yeah, it didn't show on the screen.
Oh, it does. Oh, okay. I'm moving too fast. Okay. Was it under Chrome or was it out? Here we go. I'm gonna turn my volume down. Still slow. It's playing on my end. Okay. All right. But the robot goes and it actually clamps that piece of cardboard down there, which you all can see it. Yes. It's not even on this one. Gotcha. All right. But thank you. And in this presentation, through this activity, scholars were able to